And we're live. All right, where we left off. Oh, I have like one. I just noticed we have an error in the live. I'll fix it later. All right, so where we left off. Following the resurgence of the party to the surface level of Sandpoint, you find that the Scarnetti Manor has been ransacked by the stone giants, leaving behind Titus Scarnetti's wife, daughter, and servant. But it seems no trace of Titus himself is to be found. You do, however, find a hidden room below the manor, as well as a series of correspondence between Titus Scarnetti and Lucrezia, a well-known associate of Runelord Karzog. You also bring this information to the Sandpoint Council, who decide that if Scarnetti does not make his intentions known within a week, he will then be branded traitor and an enemy of the state. Spending some time in Sandpoint and to rest and recover, you hear word of reports from Magnamar that the order is for Captain Catalan, the de facto leader of the armed forces of Sandpoint, to hold fast and remain in Sandpoint for any further attacks. No further aid is mentioned. Beyond that, you spend the rest of your time recovering from your wounds. And after several days, you find yourself now in your townhouse in Sandpoint with the rest of your forces, some 80 goblins and men-at-arms at your command, stationed at the ruins of the Scarnetti Manor, your de facto headquarters in Sandpoint. The sun rises and birds begin to chirp in the morning as you can hear the construction of the town already commencing. Repairs are already underway to rebuild the burnt down buildings and for the citizens in Sandpoint to reclaim some level of normalcy. Rising from your beds, you feel cracks and aches all over and feel somewhat still wary of your battles with Makmurian and his followers, as well as the creatures that laid below Sandpoint. What would you like to do?
God damn it, why am I still so sore?
Walk it off, Tristan.
Fuck you. Oh, whatever the fuck you are.
Urag walks outside and then takes a big old whiff of the morning breeze and just looks so relaxed and content with existence.
All right, how erect is he?
Not at all.
Oh.
Not this time.
Okay.
But then
I thought that's how he greeted the morning.
No, after that he like stiffens back up again, looks around, scoffs, and walks to the tavern for food.
You say tavern? Oh, Johnson.
Never too early to start drinking.
That I agree with. That's good drinking.
Hell yeah, another drinking episode.
The gang
That's
does
it,
a bar
Marshall. Whatever
crawl.
you had planned, we're gonna spend 4 hours drinking.
The gang does a bar crawl in a ruined town.
Maybe that's what I had planned. It's one step ahead of you.
Can we go to the richest bar? I want to con some people.
Oh, what the fuck is it? That fucking pub with the white stags and everything like that. Or was that a whorehouse?
That was a tavern and inn. That was
Okay, cool. We're going to that one. I was like, I'm confused.
Okay.
Yeah, the White Hart, I think, or the White Stag, something like that. It's got deer motifs. That's the really high end tavern. It might have burned down in the siege though.
Alternatively,
We
could make our own brothel.
Tristan debates the moral conundrum of establishing a brothel in the middle of a wreck downtown, and is like, no, I don't think we should establish a brothel.
Okay, now hear me out. You being a prostitute is optional because I can create an illusionary scene where people can literally have sex with whoever they want and they can look however we want.
Why are you adventuring with us again if you can do that?
Hi, I'm John.
The gang opens a brothel.
All right. So
Are
are you headed to the White Deer Inn?
As we are debating this just kind of amongst ourselves, I guess, as we head to the White Deer Inn.
It might provide
Fine. Use
relief
expensive
for the people of an ailing town.
Have sex with real people. Okay.
It's better that way.
Oh, you haven't tried my ladies.
John, I've heard you fucked a stone giant. Is this true?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Then you would
You
know.
would bed with the enemy like that, John?
Well, yeah, they have
as far as we know, Urag, he was doing it to get information.
As far as you know.
This is what bards do. They sleep with everything and anything.
Also, like,
John.
if you had the opportunity to have sex with a stone giant, would you not?
No.
I've had many an opportunity to bed a stone giant. I never have.
Urag, have you betted anything?
Myself every night.
John can help with that.
John, may I ask where this stone giant was?
Oh, on the other side. Marshall, I forget the name of it. The plains.
Shrovel Plateau.
A Shrovel Plateau. That's the one.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
Reg kind of opens his eyes a little bit wider. Did you have an emotional connection to this stone giant at all?
Nah. So Sophia wasn't too bad on the eyes and also had information. So win-win.
Ureg nods and says, good, and then walks away. No further comment on that.
What does Ureg look like?
You
Massive fucking orc.
don't have.
A big old
Wait,
orc.
massive orc. Okay.
Massive orc, but he's like kind of grayish blue instead of your standard orc green.
Cool.
All right. So as you kind of converse amongst yourselves, you see that the town is quite busy in its rebuilding before winter truly sets in. It is also a gathering place for all the kind of soldiers that are moving around the town at the moment. It seems to be a very high kind of level of almost tenseness, but just a high level of patrol by the Magnamarian soldier, and what remains little there is of the Sandpoint garrison. You make your way to the White Deer Tavern and Inn, and I'm not sure, Gareth, if you're here for this, but there's a new share screen doc on the Google Drive.
Oh.
If you want to look at have a good look at things. And you see before you a 2-story building with stucco facing, and out front 2 birch statues depicting 2 large deer, almost stag in size, that are only slightly weathered by perhaps a year or two's being in the elements. It seems that the tavern is not quite kind of, as you make your way inside, it's not quite full to capacity, but it is certainly a little fuller than what you might expect. And you can kind of see some go ahead and everyone roll a society check.
I'm pretty sure I have like a -1 in that.
I've got a stupid high one in that. It's like one of my top. Yeah, it's like, aside from athletics and acrobatics, it's like my best one. 26.
Society 6.
Nat 20, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
You
Okay,
notice
John.
that many of the patrons around you are ones that were most affected by the damage set by the stone giants, either by buildings smashed by clubs or by rocks, or those burnt to a crisp by the dragon's flame. And now they find refuge in the tavern and inn, and some solace in the morning's drink. Manning the bar is a dark skinned individual with blackened hair and almost shadowy eyes, with what seems to be almost a permanent scowl on his face, made all the more pungent by a scar on his right cheek. He is graciously handing out drinks and people's meals as they break fast, but doesn't seem to have much enjoyment in the task.
Urag walks up and sits down at a bar stool in front of him. You, steak, eggs, now.
What he's having, plus beer. I sit next to Urag.
And for you, little one. He is referencing John.
Just whiskey, thank you.
Say again.
Just some of your finest whiskey.
He's on his own tab.
He gathers your drinks to start. 2 tall tankards of ale for Tristan and Urag, a small shot glass of whiskey for John, and then brings forth, about 10 minutes later, 2 steaks cooked to about medium rare with a side of potatoes and bacon and eggs on the side, and a little bit of gravy as well.
Ooh, shit.
Urag hoovers it up within like 2 minutes. Says,
Tristan,
another.
Tristan nudges him like, good call, and then goes to eat down.
You like another?
Bring 2.
Do you see how big this man is? Get him another.
Very well. And another glass of whiskey. I guess that's a no. And
Oh.
he
No.
he refills your tankards and brings another round of steak, eggs, bacon, potatoes, and gravy. All of which is very, very good. Like, it's like top tier for breaking fast.
This meal has impressed me. Thank you. Ureg stands up and just walks away. He's just gonna go like chat with a rando in the bar.
All right.
Tristan's just gonna continue eating, I guess.
Okay. Let's see. Urag. Yeah, there's a couple of people throughout the bar, including mostly humans for the most part. A few dwarfs, halfling.
Shit! There's dwarves here.
Oh,
There is one dwarf here. Yep.
Oh well. Ureg hoovers his meal and then looks around and sees the dwarf. And yeah, Urag's gonna stand up, making a very obvious scene. Point to the dwarf and go, "You! What are your people doing here?" And he starts walking over to him.
Oh, fuck it up.
I'm gonna get the best vantage point so I can watch.
Tristan's going to take his beer, turn around, and watch this shit go down.
Well, lad, what did you mean, you people? It's just I that's standing here.
You should leave now.
And why is that?
Tristan's going to tilt his head a little bit like a curious crow.
You act like your people did not bring war and famine to mind for millennia.
Did
Ureg
they?
raises his fist.
I'm not sure that I know your meaning, lads. Have we met before?
Hundreds of your people have fallen to this hand alone. Hundreds more to the other. I can add one to that count.
Yeah, it's a tall boast for a tall lad.
Tristan's going to quickly drain his ale like, oh shit, something's going down.
Ureg's gonna grab him by the shoulders, like lunge across the table, grab his shoulders, and like squeeze pretty damn tight.
Okay.
Give me a reason.
Roll a athletics check.
36.
You guys are like level 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
36.
Yep.
All right. So you successfully grab him by the shoulders, and now he went from a kind of happy, enjoying his morning ale and bacon to, oh, fuck.
Nothing like a
What are you
racist
doing,
orc to
lad?
ruin your day.
What are you doing, you big brute?
You have a debt to pay for what your people did. And Ureg carries him towards the door.
Tristan sprints after Urag like, ah, shit.
You have now garnered the attention of the entire bar, including several soldiers that were sitting at one table that have now stood from their seats. Haven't drawn swords, but they're definitely kind of moving in your direction.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna start playing music, kind of narrating the thing, like, "Oh, big bad orcs, fucking with this dwarf. Oh, the guards might get in. You better kill them now."
I love it. Big bad orcs fucking with the dwarf.
Very
Album
well
title.
done.
Yeah, I take him to the door if I'm not stopped before then, and I'm trying to just yeet him outside onto the ground, and then I follow.
Okay.
Urag, what is this all about?
Get up and face your death with some courage, dwarf. Ureg starts pounding his chest, looking at this dwarf just on the ground, fucking helpless.
Tristan is just very confused and kind of putting his hand on his sword like, the fuck is going on right now?
Have they both exited? the building yet?
So at this point, Urag is just kind of just outside the doorway, with the dwarf now on the ground in front of the establishment. The guards, not guards, Magnamarian soldiers have now fully aware of the situation, have drawn their swords and are pointing them at Urag. The leader of the group, of the squad, calls out, "What's the meaning of all this? What's this civil unrest?"
Fuck if I know. But I would suggest that you all stay out of it because I don't like the look of Urag right now. And frankly, we need as many soldiers to defend Sandpoint as we can here. So maybe let the orc and the dwarf have it out.
I didn't see the dwarf do anything that caused this sort of action.
I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to tell you he will tear through you like a child does candy. There's a reason half of the militia are dead and Urag is not.
And what would you suggest? Just stand by? Nay. And he kind of pushes you forward. And with
is there just one guard?
There's about 6 of them.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the lead guard who's trying. Can I dodge him trying to push me out of the way?
Reflex save.
Okay, cool.
Also, Urag is out of the building.
He is just outside the doorway, yes.
Cool. I'm going to cast a thing before the guards leave the building.
Urag is such a bad influence on this party.
That's a 37 reflex save, by the way.
What was the reflex?
37.
37. Okay, yeah. You. So what are you trying to do exactly?
I'm going to dodge out of him trying to shove me out of the way and trip him just so he stays where he is. Like, I'm not trying to pick a fight with these guys, but I'm legitimately just trying to be all like, don't.
Well, he gets a reflex save if you're going to try to trip him then.
Okay, I'll try to trip him.
And go ahead and roll a athletics check then to try to trip him.
Guys, this is pretty bad.
36.
Someone's gonna die here for sure.
Don't worry, I got you. I don't even a little bit.
All right. So you successfully trip the lead soldier, and now one of the other soldiers. Let's see. Okay, let's hop over. Let's hop over to Urag. What are you doing, Urag?
Out of character, the only way this ends well is if someone can clarify to Urag that this dwarf has no fucking clue what his ancestors 8,000 years ago were doing. Yeah, Urag just is approaching the dwarf like, get up, fight.
The dwarf kind of pushes back and is kind of doing that kind of. He's still on the ground and is kind of like pushing back, trying to put as much distance between him and Urag as possible, while screaming out, "I don't know what you mean, lad. I've never seen you before in my life." And now he's you're beginning to garner the attention of some of the other citizens around. No guards outside of the tavern have arrived yet, but the guards inside the tavern are definitely pushing their way into the outside.
I would like to intervene them exiting the building. So I'm imagining that I'm just like playing and I'm kind of like right behind Urag. So am I outside? Does that work?
So I'm imagining that you didn't mention that you got ahead of the soldiers, so
I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
Sure. Okay.
You're inside the building right now. All right. Well, while you think of that,
Okay, fuck it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it then.
Okay. So now that the soldiers have kind of pushed their way through the door, Urag, you now have 4 blades all pointed in at your back, and they are beginning to surround. They're beginning to kind of encircle you. They haven't quite created a crescent, but they're making their way on to make a crescent.
Urag's vision kind of flashes as he's watching this dwarf like crawl backwards to a scene exactly identical of a dwarf crawling away, but the environment is a large hold it's nighttime, it's all on fire, there's screaming, there's shouting everywhere, there's just bloodshed, and he pauses for a brief moment and then spits on the ground, calls out to the dwarf, "If I ever see you again, it's over."
I don't know what I did to offend you.
Tristan is going to roar out to everybody, just stand down. And yeah, I'm intimidating damn near everyone, up to and including Urag. Probably not going to work, but
All right.
we're going for it.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation.
You know what? I'll actually keep that one, even though it didn't go in my dice tray. That's another 36.
Okay, let me double check.
If that does have to be diplomacy, it's slightly lower.
All right, I just have to check stats. 1 minute.
Is that like a fort save for me to not be intimidated?
It'd be a will save.
Cool. Whoops.
So was that intimidation check again?
36.
36. Okay. Whoa.
I got a dirty 30.
All right. So everyone else roll. Anyone beat that intimidation check?
No, in fact, I critically failed it.
Okay.
Wait, 36 you said?
36.
Yeah, I got 19.
Okay.
That was a 2 on the dice.
Oof.
All right. So all but one of the soldiers kind of half lowers their blades, still in ready position, but not fixed on Urag's throat. One of the blades is still fixed on Urag's throat.
Son, if you want to keep living, I'd suggest you put that down. This is over.
But you control your man.
I'm trying to do that, but I can't very well do that with a sword pointed at his throat now, can I?
See that he's...
Yeah. Shut up. Put it away, Junior.
He's unfazed by you.
Urag.
He rolled a 20.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's yeah. Put it away,
Yeah,
Junior.
Urag turns around, and as he does,
Oh boy, here we go.
you see the war paint on his face, the like 2 white stripes down his face. They like start to sizzle and burn, and it burns away from bottom to top. And as it does, 1, Urag is no longer frightened, but 2, he looks super relaxed, and he just kind of holds his hands up. I'm sorry, everyone. He's really mean sometimes. He didn't mean it. He's just really old-fashioned. He's from a long time ago.
I'm still singing my song, so I'm just like, big orc motherfuckers pussing out. Some other beings is stepping in for some reason. He seems like a different person, but definitely a bitch.
It's the same body, but a different dude.
What in Iomade's heaving bosom is going on right now.
Do you want to pet my bunny? And Urag reaches into his pocket and pulls out what appears to be a very freshly dead rabbit.
Jesus Christ! There's some sort of like.
It's very soft.
There's some
It'll
sort
make
of
you feel
mice
better.
and men shit going on right now.
Now
Are
thoroughly
we talking to Lenny?
confused, the soldiers kind of lower their guard, kind of lower their blades to about a quarter upright. And the one that was unfazed by Tristan's intimidation looks at Tristan, very confused, and says, Is he always like this?
I'm just as confused as you, mate.
Well, see to your man and see that he doesn't do anything like this again.
You go get a. Tristan's gonna like just word like not even like moving from looking at Urag, just pull out a gold piece and offer to him and be all like, "Go have a beer on me."
The proper response.
Cool. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Just.
I'm still singing, so I'm gonna hide this spell within my performance. But I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. I have to roll to see if I do hide the spell though.
And everyone gets to roll a perception check to see if they notice that you're using magic, correct?
Yeah.
Is that against your spell DC?
Let's see. It is my performance check against the observer's perception DC.
Okay.
So I rolled a 37.
Okay.
I met it.
You got the same?
Yeah, I got a 37.
Cool.
Does that work or does that work? Do we go up? Does that work or does
that would go to the Tristan, you know that something's up. You know that you kind of feel a magical aura coming from John, and does not appear that any of the guards notice.
Cool. Cool. So I'm casting Mage Hand, which is essentially Candle's Hand. So I can lift a light or bulk object. So I'm lifting any rock that everyone has their back to, like a little stone, like yay big or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna lift it, and I'm gonna levy it above Urag's head and drop it.
Okay.
Agent of Chaos, baby.
Urag, did you notice that he was using magic?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. So
And I'm lifting it way above, so that way no one can see the rock levitating in the air.
Okay. Roll a reflex save.
Urag does not
All right.
reflex save on this.
Then you take 9 points of damage.
Oops.
As you feel a rock, boom, hit you right at the top of the noggin, and you now have a massive headache. And
Urag like
a little bead of
really
blood
hard.
begins to pool.
Crumples really hard when it hits him. Oh, why'd you do that? And then he starts like tearing up in an eye, and then he just turns around and runs off down the streets.
Oh.
And he starts crying.
Urag!
Urag's a really weird dude. He just started crying for no reason and then ran away.
You hear him as he's running down the street. He just calls out, "I'm not him."
Who
Between
are you?
sobs.
Oh. Well, I'm going after him.
Fuck it, I'm going after him too.
Okay.
Yeah, you follow him for a bit, and then you see him just like sitting next to a flower bed, like fetal position, upright,
Okay.
just petting the rabbit, like sniffling.
Okay, who are you exactly?
I don't think we've really met.
No, I don't think so either. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I see what he sees.
Okay, who are you then?
Well, my name is. And he looks like he has to think about it for a minute. And he says, my name is Taco Cat.
Your name
This
is what?
My name's Taco Cat.
Taco Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and okay. Were you about to introduce someone else?
This is Fluffy. And he holds up the dead bunny.
Okay. What's going on with you, Taco Cat?
I'm really upset because someone threw a rock at me.
I meant the whole thing with your Urag or your Taco Cat and then your Urag again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really know how it happened, but this is my body. And
Okay.
Urag moved in after I died, and now we're both here.
All right then.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say died?
Yes, that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why it happened, but I remember getting hit with a brick in the nose, and then I remember falling asleep, and then I woke up a long time later, and there was someone else in here.
Very well.
John's face mask thing turns into a bright grin, and I'm like, "This is gonna make a great fable. Can't believe I'm being in on this."
We've gotten pretty good at it. We take turns, but he can be really mean sometimes.
And where did you say you were from, Taco Cat?
Hold on one moment. I would need a map to see it, but like right near where you fucked that stone giant is where Taco Cat's from. Pretty close to there, a little bit eastward.
Okay.
I'm from a small tribe and in the desert.
Cinderlands, right?
All of them
Cinderlands, yep.
are all of your kin like you? Most orcs I've met are very fearsome and warlike, kind of like Urag. I'm very surprised to meet a very mild-mannered orc such as yourself.
I haven't met another orc before.
What?
What kind of tribe then?
You said you grew up in a village. How have you not met another orc?
I don't know. It was people. They told me that they found me one day, and they just took care of me, but they were also kind of mean. I just moved heavy things, and that was it.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's kind of fun with Urag. He's mean sometimes, but we get to do cool things together. I wish he killed less often, though.
We kind of rely on him for killing things, to be fair.
Hmm.
So, are you all right? Will you be all right?
At that point, you see his facial features start to tense up again. Then his whole body tenses up, and he just stands up, real sharp, real ready to roll, and spits on the ground again. Says, "I better not see that fucking dwarf once more." And he walks.
There he is.
He starts walking down the road aimlessly. He doesn't know what's going on. He needs to take a walk.
You guys do anything?
I'm at a loss. Tristan?
Urag, we need to go discuss things with the rest of the town in order to make a move. Oh, we need to go talk to a priest.
Ureg pauses, and you hear him mutter, "I hate priests." And then he turns around and he says, "Let's go." All right, where are we going, Tristan?
So to bring you guys up to speed, because I think we didn't do it prior to the stream starting. So when Tristan put a call out to aid to Falernia,
Marshall got us up to speed.
Oh, you got you up to speed.
Yeah.
So now we got to go talk to Father Vantis and go figure out what the fuck's going on at my crib. We gotta fucking figure out what's going on with my people.
Is that the priest? Father?
Yeah, we got to go talk to Father Vantis and basically he's got to hop on the holy line and talk to some of his priest peeps, see if we can't figure things out without fucking tipping everybody off. Because it's a little unethical to use a priest to do our dirty work, but it's more unethical to use children, which is our only other option.
I like how the choice is priest and children is like apparently the only two options.
Well, yeah, we can't use spies. We don't want to pay thieves and like have them sell us out. I've seen The Last Jedi.
Okay, fair. Okay, so you want to go talk to Father Xanthus?
Mm-hmm.
Last time you saw him, he was at the cathedral at the makeshift hospital. All right. So making your way to the cathedral, you see out front kind of piles of bloody bandages kind of cast aside outside some of the windows. Making your way in, the pungent smell of pus and blood fills the air. As at this point, the level of triage has reduced to only curtail any of the most serious cases. Most of the people in the outer hallways are of lower level triage with cuts and scrapes and bruises, few broken bones. And the further you get into the cathedral makeshift hospital, the more serious the cases become. Everything from serious lacerations to amputations having been done. Kind of directing some of the nurses is Father Xanthus.
Father, we can we have a word for a moment?
Ah, yes. And he kind of grabs a cloth from his waistband and rubs off the blood. Some of the blood still sticking to his palms. Yes. What? How may I help?
I'm led to believe that the clergy has connections outside of where they may be doing their work. Yes.
Yes, the church is the Church of Desna is far-reaching all across the world.
And would you have anybody in Falernia that you might be able to contact?
Falernia?
Yes.
It's a curious question, but yes, I suppose that an old friend went to spread the good word some time ago.
All right. And would you know how to reach this friend? Would you know how to reach this friend? How to contact them?
Certainly, but for what purpose?
I need to find out what happened I need to know the situation surrounding Falernia in the past year. Because plenty has changed since King Valen, as far as we're led to believe. There may have been a shift of power and perhaps some events that occurred since King Valen fought off the second invasion of the Northmen. So, for personal and political reasons, we just need current events and what could have changed, judging from about a year from now, from about a year ago to now. It may have something to do with why Falernia did not come to answer our summons for aid.
Well, yes, of course I can send a raven and see what the news is in Falernia. Just apologies, struck by the question. I just seems somewhat out of the blue.
It is a bit, I suppose, but it's important.
Well, I'll certainly write my friend and see what the goings on is in Falernia. It would be nice to hear from him. I haven't heard in some time.
Yeah. Oh, and Father, I think I don't have to say that this is to be done with the utmost discretion. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I am glad that you arrived, though. The sheriff has woken up, and he's been awake for a short time now, and made mention that he wished to speak with you. And the party, Sandpoint 6, as you are called.
I suppose I can go see him. We're gonna go. I guess I'm gonna go walk over to Sheriff Hemlock's cot.
All right. Making your way to Sheriff Hemlock, the once almost noble sheriff lies beaten and broken on the cot. His hand half crushed, lashings, lacerations all across his chest and face, covered by bandages. He's lost one eye, and one of his legs had to be amputated. He is kind of in a weary state, somewhere between dreaming and awake, when he notices your approach.
Get out of bed, you lazy fuck. Stop faking it. We have work to do.
Very.
In that Urag energy. Just bully people.
I was about to say like the same thing.
And he kind of coughs up blood and mucus with every other word. Seems I underestimated there.
Tristan's gonna lean down and kind of pick up a clean rag and start dabbing at his mouth, clean him off.
Well, seems that we gave them quite a licking. He kind of continues to cough up blood and mucus. I had wanted to speak with you and learn some news about the town, the ones here.
All right, what'd you learn?
They don't tell me much. They tell me to rest, but rest doesn't come to ones such as us. Ones that look out for others. How is the town?
She's a little beaten up, but she'll be all right. New coat of paint, some new buildings, some repairs. Repairs are already underway, and they're already starting to build it back up. She'll be all right. She'll be back on her feet by the time you're ready to start patrolling the streets again.
That is good news. And what of this stone giant, this Mockmirian I've heard of? What of him?
Dead to a man.
Then our worries are done, are they?
Not quite, old friend.
What do you mean?
Mockmurian was only the vanguard of a greater threat. We still have to deal with the Runelords.
The Runelords. It sounds like quite a feat.
Luckily, I don't think they'll be coming for Sandpoint anytime soon. Unluckily, Magnamarians have their heads so far up their shiny plate-mailed asses that if they don't pull their heads out of their collective shiny plate-mailed asses, the world as we know it might turn into fire and hellspawn.
And he kind of tries to grab at your arm but his hand is just shaking, and
Tristan's gonna kind of put his hand down on the cot like, don't.
Magnamar, they're a fickle bunch, all of them. But the Sandpoint, I've tried to protect it as best I could.
I think you succeeded in that matter.
Fear my time. My time might be near.
You're not gonna die, old man. You die, I'll kill you myself.
Kind of chuckles at the thought. And what will you do if Magnamar does not send aid?
Well, I'm going to have to go and take care of matters myself, aren't I? There's plenty of villages just like Sandpoint that have been affected by the stone giants and by the machinations of the Runelords. And where there are villages that are being destroyed, there are always people who are willing to stand up and fight. If Magnamar won't provide an army for her people, we'll form one of the people.
Kind of grins at the idea. An army for the people. What a novel idea.
Stranger things have happened every day.
I don't know that I have much more to give in that aid, and he kind of struggles to take off a golden ring from his hand. I still have a few friends in Magnamar that may lend their aid. And he kind of struggles, hand shaking and bloodied and broken.
Tristan will just kind of meet him halfway and take the ring if that's what he's trying to offer.
Take this ring. It is a sigil of my house.
Your house? Are you nobleborn?
I was once.
Who are you?
Just a broken old man now. Take this to Ivrin Ikamar at the top.
Down.
Was that?
Somebody write that shit down.
Ephraim Ikamar.
Thank you.
At the temple of Abadar. He's... We were friends once. Give him this ring. And he'll lend what aid he can.
Right. I will.
With that, you can kind of feel the tenseness of his fingers loosen, and his breath becomes more and more
dude.
shallow.
Aw, dude.
Promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Sure. Sandpoint does not fall. Please.
I don't know what strength is in my blood, but Sandpoint won't fall.
And you can hear a final breath leave his body. And what almost seems like a smile on his face.
Is
as
his sword
eyes
nearby?
gloss over.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, what's
his?
his loot?
Yeah, what's the
Oh my
is it
God,
his
he
own
Bummer,
fucking
loot?
dude. Don't
asshole.
die next time. Let's loot.
Tristan's gonna grab his sword, put it in his hand, and curl his fingers over it. You fucking assholes.
Oh.
John over here, yeah, Sheriff has some good shit for sure. If Raptor was still around, dude, he'd
Oh
be
my
looking
God.
for that evidence locker key for sure.
Yo. Yeah, our his
yeah,
personal
what kind of
effects.
drug?
Somewhere from the beyond, Raptor is just going, damn it!
Yeah.
So the only thing around him is a small pile of his armor and his sword, and the key to his office.
No. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm just gonna let Tristan do his thing.
Tristan will just kind of fold his fingers over his sword, close his eyes, and then call for an attendant. And then look at the others and say, we better get going, because we have a lot to tell people.
Urag puts his hand on Tristan's shoulder and says, he died a good death. He fought like a warrior.
He did, didn't he?
Urag gives a nod and 180's on out of there.
Cool. I'm gonna follow behind really loosely, reach over and grab the key on my way out.
Roll a thievery check.
I need to see. I need to see you succeed at this.
That one.
His car alarm on his keys goes off.
His horse and cart go off.
I was just thinking, like, there's the only way I can fail this is with an that one.
Nice. You summoned it.
Yep.
Sheriff dies and you immediately get caught stealing his keys. Man's been dead for less
He
than
like
30
sticks
seconds.
his hand in like one of the open wounds or some shit. Oh God.
No. Let's see. How do I want to play this? I love it when you guys give me nat ones because I have to think about interesting things on the fly.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you go down and try to grab the key from Sheriff Hemlock's good effects, and you manage to have it in hand, but it slips out of your fingers and falls to the ground. And out of nowhere, a dog comes up and eats the key and runs off.
Oh. I'm chasing that dog. I am chasing that dog.
Come on, Dougie.
Flayed open dog and John just rooting through its belly.
Yeah, I'm chasing the dog.
Ugh.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
just
singing
imagining
as
that
you do
scene
it?
from Pirates now.
No, this will be one of the rare times I'm not singing.
Oh, that's how we know he's serious right now.
All right. The dog is yeeting the F out of there. It came out of nowhere and it's bolting. Roll an athletics check to try to follow it.
$24.
Oh man, that's not going to be good. All right, it looks like the dog is way ahead of you. It is out the door, and roll a perception check to see if you can find out where it went.
Perception. Dirty
Perception.
30.
Dirty 30. Okay, so dog comes up, eats the key, yeets out of there, and you try to bolt behind it. Just try to sprint as quick as you can behind it, trying to catch up with this dog. This dog has a good 30 feet on you. And by the time you make it to the front door and you kind of look around and try to find where the dog went off to, it seems that it has melded with the crowd and you completely lose sight of the dog.
Damn.
Well, the keys to Sheriff Hemlock's office are just going to be found in a pile of dog shit in a couple days. That's hilarious.
Oh my god. They're gonna recast the keys, and then years later, they're just gonna find this antiquated key and be like, "What the fuck did this go to?" And it's gonna end up in somebody's junk drawer or something.
Yep.
Somebody's
All right.
gonna be all like, "Oh,
It's gonna be all rusty, full of shit. Oh man.
oh, what's this now? What a cute little key!"
I'm gonna try to
Okay,
track it. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go for the footsteps.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's gonna go track down a dog. I'm guessing Urag and I are going to actually talk to the council.
Yeah. Yeah, Urag has not spent enough time with John to understand what he's about. And he just sees him chasing a dog. He's like, okay, whatever, dude. Have had it. All I know is he fucks stone giants and now he's chasing a dog, so who knows?
Urag, my friend, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you still going to follow me to fight this Runelord, even if it has to be you and I facing this thing alone?
If you are there and you stand in front of me, I will follow you. However, I reckon it will be you following me, Tristan.
What if we're standing next to each other?
I'm not here for semantics.
You're a living semantic. You are two people incorporated in one body. Do you really want to argue paradoxes with me? You, the living contradiction.
I did not want him to tell you yet. But yes, now you know.
Obviously.
I was a warrior with King Belkzan
Okay.
back in whatever the fuck the year was, about 8,000 years ago.
All right.
And we conquered the Dwarven hold after they oppressed us and fought for years. It was at that time I was murdered by a Runelord.
Oh.
I do not know what power has brought me back and put me in this body. But here I am, and my mission is clear. The Runelords must die.
On that we are agreed. Come on. Let's see if we can't get an army. Yeah?
Urag nods.
All right.
And John has no idea about that exchange because he's chasing the dog.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll hop over to John. So, John, what are you doing while they're having their moment?
I'm tracking it. I'm going for the footsteps.
All right, go ahead and roll survival.
John trying
That
to track
20
the dog.
motherfucker!
Whoa!
Okay.
Nice.
You got a dice debt to pay there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it just corrects the nat 1. That's all it does.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
Now
So
you find the dog, you still gotta gut it.
Wait, did it swallow the key or does it just have it in its mouth?
it swallowed the key.
Oh, shit.
Swallow the key.
I'm not sure I want to see John do some unethical shit to a dog.
Yeah, where's Roland when you need him?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Roland, cut that dog open.
Can we not indulge in animal cruelty on this show? Yeah. Like, I know we kill a lot of shit, but a dog? Guys, I love dogs. There are some lines even I won't cross.
Look, I'm sure John loves dogs, but he loves snooping and getting keys more than that. So let's see what happens here.
Okay, I disavow you and any knowledge of what is about to occur. Go on, then.
All right. Following the trail, the paw prints through a series of side alleys, you find the dog hunched over. It's kind of doing dry heaves. And as you approach closer, it vomits a pile of its stomach contents and notices your approach and then runs off.
Before it runs off, are we in a small, like, are we in a private area?
It's a side alley. No one's around you.
Wonderful.
Marshall, thank you for not having dog gutting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
And
We were about
yet,
to get canceled, and I was about to click off in protest. Ugh.
John is pissed off at this dog. Just lost 10 minutes of his life. He casts Rip the Spirit, which rips its soul out of its body.
Oh my god!
Jesus. Poor dog.
That's even worse than ripping its stomach out.
Oh my god!
You're a horrible person.
Yeah!
And that's going to be a
20.
35.
Oh,
There's no way it's gonna.
25. Sorry, 25.
Well,
Not the puppy!
Dude, it's like a level 0 dog. This thing's done.
no, it's not gonna be able to
Yeah.
fight that.
So, and then I do,
You're a horrible person.
yeah.
It's fucking
Okay, so it is 10d6 damage. So just stop me when I kill it. Oh, that's not a d6.
Yeah,
One,
just stop me when I kill this
3.
dog.
10d6.
Yeah.
No, it's dead.
Okay, cool. Yep. I'm gonna pick up the key, wipe it off on its corpse, and then go find the crew.
You're a horrible person.
God damn.
You're a horrible person.
All right, yeah, you find the key.
Cool.
All right. I
I
think
like
with
to
that,
imagine there's also like 6 other sets of keys in this dog vomit. It's just been running around collecting keys all day.
I think with that, we'll take a quick break while I go vomit. Sick
Yeah,
bastard.
sounds good.
Cool. While you do that, I'm gonna go find Garrett. I'm gonna go kick his ass.
Yeah, please do. All
Will
right,
do.
we'll be right back.
Cool.
Jesus. back. All right. So now John has successfully garnered the key to Sheriff Hemlock's office. And what would you like to do now?
I'm gonna go find the rest of the group.
Yeah, you easily find them.
Sick.
All right, now that you're back together, what would you like to do?
Tristan, what is the next stop?
We have to go to the council, inform them that the sheriff is dead, and then, well, Hemlock said that Hemlock or whoever he was, said that we might be able to find aid in Magnamar if we show that person at the temple this crest. So I think the best plan is to maybe wrap up things, take a few days, finish up our affairs here, and then go back to Magnamar and see if we can't find any allies. And then after that, we should probably take the fight to the Runelords. Gather what allies we can and take the fight to them.
As long as I can kill something soon.
I'd like to stay a few days to see if Xanthus can get any word back, maybe a week or so before we head on the road. But if we have to go immediately, we can do that as well.
Well, I'm gonna know as long as there's a good story. Looks like we're fighting a Runelord, so that should be pretty fun.
Oh, there's definitely a good. Wait a minute, John. Where were you?
Oh, that dog swallowed my keys to my home. It's all
You have a
covered in
home?
vomit now. What was that?
You have a home?
Well, it's complicated. I did have a home. It's still my home. I can't really go there anymore.
Okay, can we tell if this is bullshit or not?
I'm not lying. Oh shit! I can't say that. Oh no. Sorry.
I was going to say either roll a deception or diplomacy check, but
I can. Yeah, sorry.
against perception checks.
Okay, well obviously I'm lying about the actual key. Anyways. Cool. So I don't know.
No, we'll go as if that he's actually telling the truth, because if he's telling
Well, no, because I'm not telling the truth about the key, like the actual key, only the other stuff.
So go ahead and
At a home where I'm rich or something?
What?
No.
Actually, I think I am lying. I don't know. It's part of my backstory, but the home part's definitely bullshit. Okay, cool. I'm really bad at. Okay, 34.
What is my perception at? Not that. Green. That. There we go. Oh, 35.
Nice.
Well, I got a 14 and I have a 21 to perception, so.
all right. You notice that he seems to be telling the truth, but there might be a hint of a lie, something akin to a half truth.
John, I've known a few bards in my time. And I know that they're full of half truths and hyperbole. So which one are you telling me right now?
Okay, I don't actually have a home. I did have a home.
Okay.
But
and
my
what
love,
are
the love of my life was taken from me.
What are the keys to?
Oh, the keys are to the home that I no longer have. Abandoned that village long ago.
All right, keep your secrets.
Cool.
Very well.
Happy with that.
All right.
Well, now that I've told you more than I would ever like to about my personal life, would you like to go get this army?
Yeah, I suppose. Let's go. So we're gonna go to the council and see if we can't tell people that Hemlock is the big dead.
All right. And so, kind of making your way to the city hall, it seems that most of the council members are already in residence at the city hall, with the remainder kind of scattered throughout the town, doing kind of attending to the townsfolk. Main person in session is Mayor Deverin, Mayor of Sandpoint, who greets you on your approach. Ah, yes, Sandpoint 6. I trust that you are better rested than you were a few days ago.
I mean, we're a bit sore, but we're making it just fine.
And what exactly is your purpose here? Any news?
Hemlock is dead.
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 She seems very saddened at the thought, almost like losing an old friend. Her posture kind of wanes, and she has to steady herself. He will be sorely missed.
Have any idea who he was before he became the sheriff?
The thing you have to know about Sheriff Hemlock is he's always been a private man. One that sought to do good work, service, but never wanted glory, nor recognition. He came to us some years ago. Even I don't know the full story. All I know is, well, he never talked about his past much. At least not with me.
That's very strange. I think there are more secrets that might be surfacing soon. I'm going to show the ring and say, does this mean anything to any of you?
She looks at the ring and kind of brushes off some of the blood. This where did you get this ring?
Again?
Where did you get this ring?
Hemlock entrusted it to me before he passed on.
And she kind of ponders for a moment. This is a sigil of an old house. One of the original Magnamar founders. But I had...
What's a nobleman of a great house doing, no offense, but living as a sheriff in a small village?
This house, it's thought to have died out nearly a century ago. its final heir apparent to, well, killed during a rather unfortunate attack on Magnamar some 100 years ago. I don't know why Sheriff Hemlock would have such a ring. I'm afraid I'm at a loss.
Guess we'll just have to find out then. Have you seen Captain Catalan anyway?
Yes, she is at the garrison at the moment. I'm sure she's attending to the city's guard, especially with Hemlock.
You might want to make arrangements for her to take over as temporary sheriff while she's here. It'll probably be the easiest in the long run until you can elect a new one.
Indeed. Well, she's already de facto sheriff, I suppose. She at least is commanding the garrison for the time being. I'll see to it that she has proper support by the town council. As for you and your men, what are your plans?
Magnamar is playing the game of politics, despite
As they often do.
as they often do. And while they play politics and try to put up a defensive posture, villages are going to continue to get hurt and people are going to continue to suffer. So we're going to cut across the country, see if we can't find any allies, and do whatever we can to stop the Runelords. At the very least, we'll buy you some time. But I think it's time for us to... we came to the defense, and it looks like you'll be on your feet soon enough. You'll have defenses from Catalan, and I'm sure she'll do everything she can to ensure that you're defended. You have the goblins, you have the arrows, you have the blades. I think we're the only ones who can stop this threat, so we have to.
Well, I wish the best of luck to all of you, and safe travels.
Good luck here. We're going to need some place to come back and drink after we're done, so try not to burn down in the meantime.
We'll do our best.
Tristan's going to turn and start to make his way out. You two can make any comments you want, I suppose.
Greg's got nothing. He just nods and follows suit.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay. Returning to the streets of Sandpoint, what would you do now? What are you going to do now?
Well, I got to go track down Catalan, so we're going to go do that.
All right. Making your way to the garrison, it seems to be heavily fortified by the Magnamarian soldier. Thornton waves as you walk by into the courtyard of the garrison, as he instructs some of his soldiers in their duties. Talk to him or continue on?
I guess let's say hi to Lieutenant Thornton. Why not?
Is he the dude that went with us?
Yeah. He's the Giga Chad that went with us into the tunnels.
Oh, cool.
Good afternoon, warrior.
Thornton.
And Urag slaps him on the shoulder, probably a little bit too hard.
Oh, that's quite a grip you got there. It's
How
good
you
to see
doing?
y'all.
How are you doing, Thornton? How are the troops looking?
Aye, the troops are looking fit as rain, I'll say. We'll give any licking to any attacks on Sandpoint.
I'm glad to hear it.
And what are you boys doing about here?
Have you seen Catalan? There's some important things that we need to discuss.
Oh, aye. She's up in her office. Well, sheriff's office, I suppose. She's taking the place over, as it were.
She might be in that position a little while longer than you might assume.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Tristan kind of gives him a level look like, what do you think I mean by that?
Oh, that's unfortunate. He seems to know your meaning. Is it Hemlock, you mean? Never had the pleasure, but he seemed like a fine lad, a true warrior, true hero.
Oh, he went down like one.
Well, I'm sure they'll build a statue for him. Wouldn't that be a sight?
If there's any justice in the world, there will be, and it'll spew free ale.
Oh, free ale, that's my kind of thinking, lad.
Well, I mean, if the legacy of the man is to pour us all out one last drink.
Oh, that would be a fine thing.
Tristan makes a note that if he dies, to have somebody build a statue of him that deposits free ale.
Well, I'd be I'd be getting back to my duties. But you speak to the captain. She's in a slightly better mood than she was yesterday.
Oh, really?
Only just.
Damn it, Thornton, don't get me excited like that.
Oh, you think you have a shot with her? Ha ha! You'd have a better time training a dragon not to spit fire.
I don't know about that. I'm prettier than the dragon, Thornton. Tristan's gonna walk off.
Oh, not by much, lad.
I heard that.
You were meant to. All right. So making your way up to the office, you find Captain Catalan surveying over a pile of parchment and maps of the area. Oh, it is good that you have arrived. Any news that you wish to share?
Well, the sheriff's dead.
That is a shame. He seemed like a fine man.
And one with secrets.
Secrets?
Tristan's gonna put the ring down on the table between them.
She picks up the ring and takes a good look at it. I haven't seen this sigil since I was studying the old lineages of old Magnamar. Where did you find such a ring?
Mark gave it to us before we died.
The sheriff? She kind of sits back. It's an odd thing. Do you know what this ring is?
Only that it's the sigil of some Magnamarian royal noble family.
Ooh.
Is there anything?
This is the sigil of the second son of Indros, the founder of Magnamar. Over 100 years ago, he was thought to have been killed in a... But I had thought his line long gone. And you say that the sheriff had it?
Yes,
Did he say anything else?
only to seek out a friend at a temple.
Hmm. Well, what you carry is an old sigil. As I said, the second son of Eros, founder of Magnamar. I wonder why the sheriff had it, unless he... She kind of shakes her head. Fine, the line was thought to be dead long ago. And yet it's fine. We find it here in Sandpoint. This is strange goings-ons. Well, is there anything else then?
No. That's pretty much it.
Well, wish you luck then. If it sounds as though you have someone to seek out in Magnamar.
Yeah, it's looking like it. And after that, I don't think we'll be coming back. We're gonna have to go, and we're gonna have to take the fight to this Runelord now, aren't we?
I wish I could join you. But I have my orders.
You have a responsibility here.
I do have one concession. That Thornton, he seems somewhat taken by the way you and your party do business.
You mean the complete and utter chaos we seem to find ourselves in?
Aye. He's requested that he go along with you, if
Let's
you
go.
would be so inclined. I
Are you
Well,
sure
then-
you don't need him here?
won't lie to you. He will be sorely missed. He is my best lieutenant, and he has a way with the men, but he feels that he could be of better use elsewhere.
Catalan, you do know that if he comes with us, there's all the possibility that he won't come back.
I gotta speak up a little.
Catalan, you do know that if he comes with us, there's all the possibility that he won't come back. I don't want you to have that on your conscience.
He can make his own decisions. He's already requested that he be a part of your company. Your Blades of Zashel, I've heard so much about. If that is his choice, I will not stand in his way. He knows the risks.
And you? No temptation to jump ship?
Temptation plenty, but I swore an oath to hold fast my orders, and while I can give you a single man, that is all that I can provide, I'm afraid.
It's always the pretty ones that take their oath so seriously.
What
All
was
right.
that?
Nothing.
She grins slightly at the comment. Well, I'll let you deliver the news. I know he'll be thrilled that we've agreed to it.
All right. Well, we'll take him on then.
And good travels and good fortune to you all. Try not to get yourself killed.
We'll do our best.
No promises.
Tristan will kind of incline his head at John, like, yeah, what he said, though.
All right. Anything more?
Anything else for the good of the order, boys?
Let us progress.
All right.
My blade seeks blood.
Wait. Before we go, we got to say goodbye to Flute and Loot.
I had thought that they would be joining you on your travels.
What?
They had seemed so enamored with the thought.
Tristan's going to give her a flat look like, you just want me to take the goblins out of the town, don't you?
Two birds, one stone.
I will go and I will talk to them and I will try to get them to come along. Would that make you happy?
Well, I wouldn't disagree with it.
Trixie, women. Tristan's going to walk out just going like, fuck.
All right. And all right, so kind of making your way back down to the courtyard. Did you want to tell Thornton the news?
Yeah, let's go tell him.
Thornton, it's your lucky day. You've been promoted, Lieutenant.
Oh, did she agree to it?
That she did.
Aye, good show. That'll be the good fun. I'm getting a wee bit bored just sitting around here all day.
Are you sure you want to come with us? I mean, we've had companions die before, and I don't, if you've got it good here and you've got people to go back to, we don't want to drag you on this quest where it's not even certain that we can come back.
Yeah, you gotta go sometime. Might as well live a good story. This,
I fuck with this guy.
soldiering's a good way, good life, but when you're stuck in one spot for too long, your ass starts growing too much moss, if you know my meaning.
Fair enough. Grab your gear and meet us at the gates. We're going to have to head to Magnamar first, but then we'll push on past. See if we can't make it to the lair.
All right. And what are the blades of the shell? What do we do with them?
I'm gonna look to the other two and say, thoughts?
Is that the orcs?
Those are our
That is your kind of
that's our
collective.
mercenary group.
Yeah, it's your collective group of Black Arrows, orcs, just kind of beggar bands, pretty much everybody, all the combatants that follow you.
Okay.
And I'm kind of looping in Loot and Flute into that also. Well, not Loot and Flute specifically, but they're goblin bands.
Cool.
So altogether you have about 80 or so soldiers under your command.
Should we not bring them to the Runelords? Allow them all a glorious death.
I like that. Glorious death for the fallen? Yeah.
Well, let it not be said that we didn't try to make our mark on history. I guess we'll be traveling with them too. Might slow us down a bit, though.
I will ensure it doesn't.
Very well. We'll get in contact with Vale and our other lieutenant, and we'll assemble the blades and we'll go on the warpath. Maybe they can meet us in. Are all the blades in Sandpoint?
They are.
All right. We'll assemble the blades and we'll head out to Magnamar. We're going to need supplies for the journey anyway, so we might as well travel in a train.
All right. All right. Let's see. It takes, and here we'll do a kind of a bit of a fade to black or kind of a fading. So it takes about a day to kind of get everyone organized, get everyone assembled for the journey to Magnamar. Thornton kind of takes the lead on that, organizing everybody together. And the following morning, everyone is set, and those that do have horses are mounted. Most of the band is on foot. However, only Loot, the lieutenant, and only Loot and the lieutenant are on horseback. Everyone else is on foot.
Right. What a merry band we are.
Magnamar, we march.
Luke, good to see you. Can't believe that you're coming with this. Who's ruling the goblins while you're gone?
One of my many wives is ruling the goblins while I am away. I go to adventure into the water path.
Wait,
I've yet to meet these guys. This is the first time I'm meeting Fluter.
wait,
Mine too.
wait.
Nice.
Wait. You your women are allowed to lead while you're away?
Yes, of course.
What a progressive society.
Why would they not be?
Huh, what a progressive society. That's interesting. Good for you.
Also, he looks at Urag and kind of belches out, "You're really tall! How fucking dare you!"
Hey. I'm the Longshanks.
He's the longer Shanks.
These longer shanks will crush you underfoot if you speak out of turn again.
No.
I like him. He's a tough fucker.
Urag kind of smiles and goes about walking.
Tristan's gonna look at Flute and Loot and be all like, he likes you.
I know. Who doesn't love the flutes?
Are you talking about your penis again?
I am.
Do go on, Mr. Flute.
Ooh.
Tristan snaps the reins to his horse so he doesn't have to hear this shit.
So on the road to Magnamar, Loot goes into graphic detail with John as to the many broods that he has started over the last year or 6 months or so, since you've last seen him. The road to Magnamar takes with.
Wait, I have a thing I want to do before we continue all the way there.
Okay.
Are there any carts?
Cards?
Carts. C-A-R-T. Yeah.
There's like one. Yeah, there's like one cart on the very back, holding general supplies for the 80 odd soldiers you guys have.
All right. How full? Is there any carts that are like a little empty?
Little empty?
Yeah.
They're pretty well stocked. 80% or so.
John ain't trying to walk this whole way.
Oh, I'm on a horse or something, but
Oh, okay.
okay, never mind. It will work.
Okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Sneaky bastard.
Wait, can we come back when we're like almost there and most of the rations are depleted and there's more room on the carts?
So the journey from Sandpoint to Magnamar is only about 3 days march or so.
Okay, never mind. Won't work.
So you're not going to deplete too many rations in that time.
Cool.
What'd you have in mind?
Definitely not making a illusory sex dungeon for me and Flute.
Oh Lord.
Not dungeon, but like a little privacy.
It's in the title. As long as there's a dragon in there, you're set.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Great.
EDSM edition.
I am. Oh my god.
All right. So it takes you about 3 days march to make it to Magnamar. Anything you want to do during that downtime, or you want to just skip it? or anything you want to talk about or converse with any of your entourage?
Rag is just constantly berating and threatening everyone. Anyone who's like lagging behind. We will not stop for you. If you fall behind, you die on the road.
The few soldiers that respond with "Yes, sir," and they kind of keep on moving.
I'm gonna keep all of the troops inspired and morale high with some song the whole way, songs and shit.
All right.
I'm a decent song singer. Okay, y'all can't tell because real life, but my character's good. It's not bad.
All right, fair enough.
Sounds like an excuse to me, but whatever.
All right, so making your way to Magnamar. On the road, you finally see the outline of Magnamar nearing dusk. The Ire span silhouetted with the beginning to set sun, and the familiar stank of urbanism. As you get closer to Magnamar, Chief Lute speaks up. All right, well, I don't want to go in there. It's goblins and cities. We don't mix so great. But we will set up camp outside here with the rest of the men if you so wish.
Probably a good idea. It might go over poorly if we march 80 armed men into the city.
I can't imagine it going well.
Neither can I.
All right, then we'll set up camp with the rest of the lads. And I'll make sure they know what's what.
Good. Oh, and Lou, I know this goes without saying. Don't get anything pregnant while we're gone.
No promises.
God. Tristan does a quick head count to see if there's any women in the party right now.
There are probably about 20-25%.
Good luck to all of you.
Here, I'm gonna set up a little. I'm gonna spend 10 minutes where they're setting up camp and give Lute a little brothel to enjoy himself in.
Oh God. Okay.
Jesus.
I like this guy.
Oh God. Yep.
Bard recognizes Bard.
Yeah.
Bard next recognizes Bard, I suppose.
Don't worry, there'll be more than just goblins. It's there for the boys too. I'm keeping morale up. Are we measuring morale yet, or is that next campaign?
Vaguely.
All right, I would like to note they have a whole brothel, like a whole day. That's gotta impact it. Just saying.
Okay, so you're throwing up like an imaginary brothel. That I think I remember you saying that.
Yep. I can look up the specific spell.
It's fine.
Cool. It takes 10 minutes for me to set up.
All right, I'm sure some of the soldiers will partake. All right, so after you set up the temporary brothel and they begin to make camp outside the city, what would you like to do?
Into the city we go.
Into the city we go.
Making your way into the city, you notice that the garrison is significantly of higher number than last you were here. You recall the occasional soldier and sentry at every other watchtower, and a few walking back and forth between the towers. Now, it seems that there is nay a spot outside the wall that is not under surveillance by the garrison army soldiers and town's guard. They take a look. They kind of look you over at the gateway and usher you in, but kind of keep an eye on everyone else as they make their way into the city. You enter the city at its front gates and find yourself kind of nearing the evening with about 2 or so hours before sunset. What are you going to do?
What was the name of the man we were supposed to find in Magmar?
His name was Ivrim Ikamar at the Temple of Avudar.
I'm going to pull. Wait, I'm still on my horse. I'm going to look down at a guard and be like, "You, where's the Temple of Avudar? What is it? Ikamar?
Avudar.
Avudar.
Aye, the temple's at the Neros district. It's the big cathedral, white building, gold roof. Can't miss it.
Thank you kindly."
Following his direction, you make your way to the Temple of Abadar, a very ornate building with stained glass windows, white marble stonework, and a kind of a copper roofing that, under the right light, almost shimmers as a gold. The entrance of the building is watched by several guards decked out in gold colored armor, that in gold colored full plate armor with the sigil of Abadar on their chests, a crescent key. Upon your approach, they welcome you into the temple.
Well, that's a more polite response from than the last person in golden armor I encountered.
One of the soldiers kind of welcomes you into the temple. All are welcome at the Temple of Abadar, so long as their intentions be true.
We just need to find some information, but yeah.
Are you kind of saying that out or talking to the soldier, the guard?
I'm just speaking it out.
Okay. Entering the cathedral, you find a grand entrance with a painted ceiling and red velvet curtains on either side, with pillars of white marble that spiral up into to support the arched ceiling. The light is beginning to fade, and the priests of Abadar have already begun to light the oil lamps as to illuminate the prayers of the devout after sunset.
I'm going to approach one of the priests and say, excuse me. We were told to find one of your order.
And who of my order can I lead you to, my son?
Urag, who are we looking for?
Sorry, he should have said my brother.
For fuck's sake, whatever.
One moment, I must alt tab to my other browser. We search for Evram Ikamar.
God. All my mind says is Ichabod Crane. I am not going to remember that.
Ah, yes, Iborn Ikamar. He is one of the leaders of my order. Please, follow me. And he leads you through a series of chambers and corridors until you find yourselves in a one of the side altars. There seems to be 3 altars in this temple: the primary altar and some smaller altars adjacent. Praying at the altar is another man, clad in kind of a golden robe and a red or silver sash over his shoulders. He is one of, you guys need a picture. He is one of dark complexion and short black hair, but bright blue eyes. He is muttering a prayer in, I don't think you guys don't know the language, in an unknown language. And as you approach, the echoes of your footsteps rumble through the chamber. He concludes his prayers, stands, and turns. He and the other priest nod towards each other, and the priest that led you here says, Father Ikamar, these travelers seek your presence. And Ikamar looks at the road-weary individuals before him, slightly dirty, but kind of opens his hands in a welcoming gesture. Ah, all are welcome at the Temple of Abadar. How may I help you, my sons?
We were told that to seek you out for aid. Tristan's gonna hold out Hemlock's ring.
He takes the ring and looks at it. He lowers his head and puts the ring to his forehead and whispers words in language you don't understand. He is gone from this world then.
Who was he? We knew him as Sheriff Hemlock, but there's more to him, I guess.
He asked me not to reveal his true identity while he was alive. But now that he has passed the great beyond, I am no longer bound by my oath. And I can see that you, by the way you speak of him, he was a dear friend.
That is true.
He descended from a line of founders that stretched back to the founding of Magnamar. His forefather, the second son of Indros, the founder of Magnamar. This line was thought to be lost for some time. And in order to keep this a ruse, the Hemlock, as you called him, sought a different life, one that he was able to choose, and not one he was born into.
And
Hell yeah, Hemlock. Fuck
fuck
royalty.
yeah. I mean, straight up, like, score one for the dude who wanted, like, dude born, the trust fund kid who wanted to work for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And who was he before he was Hemlock?
His birth name was Carathorn. Carathorn, a son of Arathorn.
Carathorn, the son of Arathorn?
Indeed.
I guess they had
Humans need better naming conventions.
Okay, Urag.
He and I knew him before he took up his second life.
And never mind. Go on.
And may I ask how he passed?
Defending Sandpoint from the Stone Giants and the Runelords. He fought with the strength of many men.
Kind of,
And even then, it took the man a while to die.
he grins, and I see little has changed.
Was he fighting and dying? Was he fighting well more than he needed to even then?
He always had a warrior's heart, but never wanted to flaunt his skills. Unless the needs were dire. You may not know this about him, but he was one of the finest swordsmen Magnamar has ever seen.
Tristan's now like,
Believe it, dude.
fuck!
Y'all remember when he just like ran shop on that fucked up mutated dude in that sawmill that we were in?
Yeah.
Yes, but still.
Just rolls up and one shot that motherfucker.
With the dull side of his sword.
Yeah.
dude.
Tristan just kind of thinks back to all the times Hemlock just ran shop and is like, fuck. All right. No, we believe it.
Well, and he hands the ring back to you. This line is now done.
Tristan's gonna take a look at the ring and then put it on his own finger.
Though you don't share the blood, wear his ring with pride. It may yet prove to be the charm of luck in the battles to come.
He died fighting to protect Sandpoint. A piece of him deserves to march to the end.
John, do you have detect magic?
Yeah.
See what's
Yeah.
going on.
I'll
there.
cast detect magic mainly at the ring.
You do notice
Ayo.
a
Nice.
aura of arcana emanating from the ring, shrouded by some sort of ethereal veil.
Well, that shit's magical.
What?
That ring. Arcana and shit.
Okay then. I guess we'll find out.
And how else might I be of assistance, my son?
Do you know what this ring does? This magical ring. Can you tell me what it is? What it does?
I'm guessing that John is like grabbing Tristan's wrist and like flipping around. Like what it is, what it does, and Tristan's just like, can you like go? Like, no? Okay.
That is a secret only known to Abadar herself, himself.
What a secret piece of shit. All right, let's go. Yeah, I see your picture. You all smiling. You ain't gonna do shit about it. Let's go.
Are you? Where will you go now, my sons?
Well, there's a rune lord that needs killing. But the problem is your city here, their leadership is Urag, what was the word you used?
Lackluster at best.
I thought it was put a little more crudely, but that brings it up very nicely.
I probably said fucked up.
That's more like it. That. And they seem to be trying to divide the army into corps and setting up a defensive strategy. When that's all, the enemy is coming. There's no doubt about it. But the only thing that a defensive posture is going to do is waste good men and good soldiers and eventually leave Magnamar open to ruin. But since the men at the top don't want to listen to the opinions of us, it's up to us now to do something about this threat. Inevitably, your leaders are going to take credit for what we did and say that they had had this plan all along. But somebody's got to do something about this really fucking Runelords, or any other good men get killed. Sorry. I know where.
Can you lend us aid?
What aid would you seek from a priest of Abadar?
You're clearly
Whatever
not
aid
us.
Hemlock sent us here for.
I see that the leaders of Magnamar have not been of as much use and help as you would care for.
That is correct.
Perhaps the sons of Abadar can fill that void. How many men do you have at your call at this time?
80, about 80.
Very well. I will see that number roast to 120.
Hell yeah.
I
wish that I could spare more, but
120 men is a fair warband. We can do something with that.
and see that they are well put to the task. Lead by example and lead well.
I always lead by example.
No, you're just the first to fight, Urag.
Precisely.
I will see that they are assembled by the morning tomorrow. Where shall I set them?
Do you think that we should send them to where we're going, or should we have them assemble with our forces and march as one army?
Assemble outside the gate with the camp.
We have a camp outside the gates. Send them there. We'll go as one corps, one army.
Very well. As the sun rises, look to the gates of Magnamar for the shining golden armors of Abadar.
Well, I guess we're not going for stealth, but fox stealth.
We'll be there.
Assistance is appreciated.
Greatly so.
If there is nothing further, I must attend to the rest of my flock.
Good day, Father.
Abadar be with you on your journeys.
And with you here.
He bows slightly and then moves to the main hall with to attend to his flock.
Right, that's enough time in a church for me. Let's get going.
I agree.
I could use a quick break.
All right. That is great because I was just about to call on. All right. So we will we'll take a quick break and be back shortly.
Cool. Hell yeah.
All right.
The army grows.
All right, and we're back. All right, you are still in Magnamar. Just heard word that you'll be reinforced by the armed forces of Abadar. But they will take until morning to assemble. Right now, there's about an hour or so till sunset. Shops are still open if you need, and the rest of your entourage is made camp outside the city. What are you going to do?
I suppose we should procure a wagon, shouldn't we?
Yes. Let us find a stable.
We'll need a
Acquire
stable, we'll need a
wagons.
wagon, and we should probably buy a few months of supplies.
All right.
That we shall. The warpath begins.
Are you just eager for battle, my friend?
You've met me. You
Good
know.
point. Right, I guess we'll off to it then, yes?
Let's make it happen.
All right. I guess we'll go find a stable first, and then we'll see if we can't find a general store after that.
So yeah, I think we'll skip over a little bit of this.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to find a stable, and looks like they have as many carts as you would need.
All right. We'll buy 2 carts and purchase 3 months of supplies for both of them.
For both of the carts.
Actually, you said we need 8 carts.
No, so we
Yeah.
have 2. Do we need 8 carts?
Well, depends on how much you want to carry at one time. So, if you want, actually, it's a good point. How much
for the
does
whole journey here? I think.
Yeah.
if you want to have enough for the full journey,
Mhm.
there and well, there not back, but just there, you'll need about a cart per squadron. You have about 8 squadrons now.
All right.
Just decked out with rations and equipment and adventuring gear, sharpening stones, tents, poles, survival equipment, just all together.
The whole kit.
So if you want to deck out each cart, so the cart itself is actually pretty cheap. For all the food and provisions, you're looking at, say, 25 gold pieces per cart,
Easy.
with a decked out cart.
Let's buy 10. Why not, dude? Have a couple extra carts in case some shit gets fucked up.
25 times 10 is 250 gold pieces. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, easy.
I guess we buy 10.
Yep.
And let me guess, Urag, you have no money.
I have no need for money.
Oh, that does not include water, however. Water. So the rations are just like dry goods, hardtack, salted fish, salted pork, things like that, dried fruits and nuts and things. But that does not include water. So you still will have to have a ready source of water at wherever you go.
Right.
Let's get like 2 carts to just load the fuck up.
So those last 2, those 2 carts will be water. Will be water buffaloes.
Yep.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah. So cost will be about the same to outfit it with barrels, like 50-gallon barrels. So, yeah, you're looking at still about 25 gold pieces per fully decked out cart.
Shit, the longer we're cart shopping, the more carts I want to buy.
Carts on carts on carts.
Should we get John a brothel cart?
No. We're buying 10 carts and we're calling it good. DM, you can take your 250 gold pieces and give me my supplies and my carts, please.
You will also need to buy a draft animal, so horse or oxen, which what are they considered? Beasts of burden. I think they're like 5 gold pieces each.
So that's 300 even. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get, actually, let me double check this. Draft horse and horse. Okay. I found the thing I was looking for. So you can have about 100. Wait. Yeah, so you can have about 100 bulk worth of goods in a cart. And that can be pulled by one draft animal, like one beast of burden, so a horse or mule or oxen. So the to get the everything decked out between the cart and the beast of burden, you don't have to pay a driver because that'll just be one of your guys. It's 30 gold pieces per cart, decked out cart with animal, and each one of those can hold 100 bulk. So
Perfect.
So what's my total?
How many carts are you getting? 10?
We're getting 10 carts.
Then
10
300 gold
carts.
pieces.
So 300 gold pieces all in all?
Yes.
Cool. Take my money.
Chump
And
change.
let me just double check the math on this ration real quick.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mislead you.
As Cinco says, jump change.
Well,
y'all
Now.
literally poured out a bottle of fucking whiskey that would have covered this entire
Don't-
operation.
don't
we have
remind
plenty
us.
of money.
Okay, so
We could have legitimately been like on that.
It's like, hey, here's one bottle of whiskey. Can we get 10 carts and horses and water and food for a 3-month journey? Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're looking at like a 13-week journey. So one. Well, I might be way off on how many carts you actually need. Hold on a sec, I can do math. I could have done this before, but I didn't. Well, I'll do some math later because I have to account for how many soldiers you guys have. Let's because here's the deal. So ration is 1 week's of ration is 1 light bulk. So 1 bulk gets you 10 weeks. It's about how long the journey is, let's say, for easy numbers. So you need 140. Oh, you only need 140 bulk.
Oh.
100 or 100, about 100. Yeah, let's say 140 bulk for you and your men.
Fuck it, dude. We buy 10 carts anyway.
Well, that's
people can ride.
well,
Yeah, that'll make
at 100. So each cart can hold 100 bulk.
Yeah.
So you only need like 2 full food carts, and that's it. I was way off.
Oh, all good. I think we still just buy 10 and we have 2 food carts, 2 water carts, 6 whatever the fuck carts. People can stash their shit. They can take a nap. They can chill.
Okay, you can just go 10 carts. And are you just so then are you decking 2 out with food, or how are you organizing these guys?
Let's get 3 full of food and water. That way we're like hyper prepared.
Everybody hydrate.
I guess we do need to think about the return journey. Assuming anyone survives. Yeah. 3 carts of food, 3 carts of water, 4 empty carts.
Okay, that's what I got. 3 food, 3 water, and 4 empties.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else you wanted to pick up in Magnamar? Oh, that'll be 300 gold pieces total.
Chump change. Yeah, sure. 300 gold pieces. Let me subtract that from my personal purse because I'm pretty sure Urag has no fucking money.
I'm pretty sure Urag also has no money.
Because I still have like 5 fucking grand. So yeah, Tristan will just
100 carts.
fuck you.
Everyone gets their own cart.
You get a cart. You get a cart. No, so we will buy up these carts. We will basically just put in our orders and have them send them out for tomorrow. Or yeah, we'll have them sent out for tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else, Paul? Anything else?
No, that'll
that
pretty
feels
much
like the kind of anything else that implies we're forgetting something really important.
One thing. So I should say. So if you're going 3 food, 3 carts worth of food, 3 carts worth of water, you need some adventuring equipment for just like everybody. Tents, sharpening stones.
Yeah, I thought we were rolling that in with the cost, or.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say. So how many? Probably to accommodate 140. We'll say 2 carts worth of adventuring equipment. So that leaves you 2 carts of empty.
Perfect.
Cool.
And that's just kind of general adventuring equipment.
That's the other stuff on the wagon trail that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that sounds good.
Everything from like cooking. It's like the cookie thing behind a roundup. All that good stuff. A lot of cooking stuff, camp stuff. Yeah.
Right. We have the wagon. All right. I guess we better go to the camp and make sure that Lute is behaving himself. Yes.
Off to it then.
All right. I guess we're gonna now that we've conducted business and my purse is a little lighter. We're gonna go to back to camp with our men.
All right. Making your way back to the camp outside of Magnamar. It seems that it is actually pretty well put together. There is the various groups seem to be getting along relatively well at the current moment as you walk into camp. The goblins are kind of on one end of the camp, while the orcs and the humans kind of on the other end of camp. A little bit intermingling, but they're certainly kind of gravitating towards their own kind a little.
Get used to setting up camp. We'll be doing it a lot.
All right. All right. So then the night goes by, and the following morning, as the sun rises, as the priest said, 40 iron, fully plated, armored soldiers with gold-leafed steel armor and the crest of Abadar, a golden key on their chests, with silver cloaks steps forward from the gates of Magnamar in an organized march, making their way to your camp. And oh. Crap. I did not have it right. Yeah, that's fine. And the one leading them salutes both of you, saying, "Ready for service as Abadar demands."
Fall in with the rest of the troops, and I guess we're going to lead this wagon train right to the lair of the Runelords.
And we with you.
I'm going to go mount Longshanks, and then I'm just going to shout. Once we've got everybody situated, I'm going to shout, "Move out!"
All right.
And I guess we're going to round robin past Sandpoint really quick before heading on our way.
All right. You spend several days traveling to the north, and you finally make it to Sandpoint. Upon your approach, you see that Father Xantus is awaiting your return.
Father Xanthus? I guess I'll spur my horse forward and be like, I can guess what this is about.
I cannot do tell.
You'll learn
I
soon enough.
heard word from my friends as to your inquiry.
Okay.
And I wanted to be the one to deliver the news myself, as I think it is of a more personal nature than you might lead on.
All right.
The King of Falernia, some year and a half ago, learned news that he would soon be a father. And the whole of the kingdom was in jubilation. That is until the birth of the son.
I mean, kings are supposed to have heirs, are they not?
They are. But there was a complication. Oh no, did we lose Tristan? Tristan, you there?
Hold on.
Oh,
All
there we
right,
go.
there it is. I was like, that was a really inopportune time for there to be a...
Indeed,
right, well-
but there was a complication.
Complication.
I'm forgetting her name. What was her name? Meliana.
Leliana.
Queen Leliana did not survive birth.
Queen is dead.
She is. And the boy was born with silver eyes.
Heyo. Tristan has a kid.
Fuck off, Urag.
The king was furious, and in his state of weakness, this Fang individual sought his opportunity. The king dispatched his privy council. And the boy has not been heard from since.
What of Aranel, the chief advisor, his brother?
Disappeared, I'm afraid. He hasn't been seen from since the birth of the boy.
And I'm guessing the child disappeared not too long after that, yes?
Indeed. And since then, the king has been recluse and only seen by a few attendants. The kingdom itself has wavered. I'm afraid that is all I know.
No, it's enough. Thank you for telling me what happened.
All right, and I think that is where we're going to end tonight.
Damn, now Tristan definitely has to survive. He's got a bastard child out there somewhere.
Yeah, apparently, with a claim to a throne or something.
Whoa. Is that the campaign 2 arc? Is just Tristan trying to find his kid?
I don't know. We'll have to see how this one ends.
Perfect. Yeah.
Depends if Tristan survives.
That too.
All right. Well, thank you so much to those watching now and those watching later. Until next time.
Adios, y'all.
See you guys later.